Hello everyone, Heather here. I'm so excited to have as a guest Jann Cook. She lives in Wyoming. She is the featured student of the month, or should I say violinist of the month. I always have a version of using the word student for the violinists I get to work with online. It's always such a pleasure for me to work with violinists online. And Jann is an incredible example for everyone as adult learners, different ways to supplement learning the violin at home. So welcome, Jann! Yay! Jann, before we get started and I ask some questions, I'd love you to just kind of introduce yourself, where you live, how long you've been playing the violin, and how many hours you practice a day, what inspired you to play the violin.
Okay, I live in Wyoming, as you said, which can be quite cold and nasty, especially during the winter. So I decided I would start playing the violin to take up some of the hours that I couldn't do much else but stay in the house. And so I got a really cheap violin for $60, and I got it. It wasn't put together. I was like really frustrated, but I got online, figured out how to put it together, put the strings on the bridge and all that, which I was so nervous. And I got the bow out, put a little rosin. I went to play it, no sound came out. So I was totally panicked. So I got back online and figured out I needed more rosin. But it wasn't a very good violin. But as soon as I started playing it, I fell in love with it. And so about a week later, I bought a better violin, a student violin. And it wasn't super great, but 6 months after that, I bought another violin. And so I just started playing mostly to fill my time, and I got addicted, fell in love, and I haven't put it down since. So I practice usually 2 to 4 hours a day, 7 days a week, just because I love it so much, and I can't get enough. And I'm seeing a lot of improvement thanks to you. And I just have been encouraged to keep going. In fact, let me share a quote really quick that I just barely read this a couple of days ago. And I thought that just kind of describes me. It says, music can open doors that our heart has locked and deadbolted. And I think we all have those emotions and pains in our lives. And the violin has just helped me to heal, and just emotionally has been such a great strength and help to me. So,
wow. Jann, that's extremely powerful. Can you read the quote again?
Yes, music can open doors that our heart has locked and deadbolted.
Wow. Where did you find the quote?
It was actually in a book, a Christmas book that I'm reading. And it just referred to a person in there that music had affected them and their struggles in their life. And I love the vibrations the violin just sends through your body. It is just so healing to me, and it just makes me feel so good.
That's incredible. Yeah, I love it. And how long have you been playing? How many years?
It will be 2 years, January 1st. So not very long.
No, that's amazing. That is really amazing. So 2 years, this coming January 1st. So 2 years ago on New Year's Day, you decided to play the violin.
Well, it was a Christmas gift, and I thought both my husband and I could kind of, learn to play it in our spare time. But since I picked it up, I won't let him hardly touch it. So it's like I've taken it over. But yes, I'm playing on New Year's was when I put it together.
I love the story about the healing. You found the healing power of the violin and of music. You feel it's more healing actually playing the instrument as opposed to just listening to music.
Yes, much more so. It makes a big difference. My oldest daughter, who passed away, she loved music, and I didn't really share that love. But since I've started playing the violin, I can connect with her more because I understand how she felt about her music. And it just does something. But listening helps, but it's not the same as playing, because I can express my emotion through the way that I play. Sad, happy, frustrated, quite a lot. I can express that,
Uh-huh.
and so it's just, and it takes your mind, you have to focus so much to play the violin. It takes away, your worries and other things. You go into a different world when you're playing the violin.
Yeah, I would agree with that completely. Yeah, it's like another, almost in some cases for me, like another dimension. Like anything I'm thinking about or worrying about, as soon as if I'm really focused, it's very easy for me to be transported somewhere else where those worries don't exist.
Exactly.
And your daughter, she was a musician?
She played the piano, the flute, the trumpet. She was a beautiful singer. In fact, I don't know if it recorded very well. I play a song with her singing in the background, a Christmas song. So I'm sending that to you as a little Christmas gift so that you can, we're going to play, she'll sing and I'll play. So,
Oh, that's incredible.
That's been very healing as well.
Oh,
So.
absolutely. Yeah, so you also find a connection. So you find it healing, and you also find a connection with music to your daughter.
Yes, to my daughter and just to my spirit and myself.
Yeah, so the connection with yourself basically is stronger through playing the violin.
Yeah, it is.
Do you have some pieces where you really find that have more power in healing or more power in connection? Where do you find that feeling the most?
It's mostly pieces that have a mixture of like slow and then fast music, like Chardas. That's probably my favorite right now because it does have a lot of expression, a lot of emotion, quiet, soft and soothing, and then fast and spiccato-y, and just I like variety in my music. I get bored very easily, so I like variety and I like emotion. So that, and I actually, the first song that I ever wanted to play, because I was into fiddle music, I still like fiddle music, but it was The Devil Went Down to Georgia. That's the first song that I memorized and tried to play, which is quite difficult for a beginner. But
yeah, so that was good inspiration to get you going at the very beginning.
Right.
Good drive. Yeah.
I'm obsessed with this, and that's all I want to do is feel. And so that's been good. But yes, I go from different songs. Meditation at one time was one that I really liked.
How did you come about studying online?
Oh, it's like I really don't have anyone here to teach me that much. There is at least one person I know of, but I'm very picky about who I want to teach me. I just went online and I went through a lot of different videos and such, and I just, as soon as I saw your videos, I felt a connection with you, and I just loved your passion and your abilities and your talents, and you were so gifted and willing to share. And I just immediately, I was like, that's my teacher, I couldn't have anybody else, and the only lesson that I've ever had one-on-one was with you, Heather, and I can't get another teacher. I just can't do that. You're my teacher, so you're just extra special. So
it's my pleasure. I feel honored. Yeah, so that was an incredible experience. So for people who are watching, Jann and I got to work together one-on-one live in Utah. I was visiting my family, and Jann came from Wyoming, and so we got to work together live, which was that was incredible for me as well, because just working online, of course, it's wonderful to be able to work online, but to be able to work in person, especially after working online, there was magic there, I would say.
Yes,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, that was incredible. The same year I got to work with 2 other violinists in Chicago when I was in Chicago, and that was great. So next time I come to the States, we'll do it again.
Yeah, we will have, because that was just, it was such a highlight to me. And
And for
Yeah.
me as well, definitely. Oh, a couple more questions for you. You found me online, and now you're working with a video exchange. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the video exchange. How does that work for you, and why did you choose a video exchange? What are the benefits for your education with the video exchange?
Well, it's perfect for me because I want to learn what I want to learn, which is probably not the way it should be. But at my age, because I'm almost 63 now, and so I feel like my time is short, and I want to learn certain songs, certain techniques,
Mm-hmm.
and I pick this song or the music, and of course they'll have the techniques that I want to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And so it lets me choose and pick, and I'm not doing something I don't want to do,
Mm-hmm.
because if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. So I'm kind of a stubborn person, and I mean, you're willing to teach me whatever I want to learn. And so it's perfect that way, because I can send it and work on it, and you can perfect it and critique it
Mm-hmm.
and help me, do it correctly and do it well.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel so blessed because you're so helpful, but you're not critical, and you're uplifting and positive, and I come away feeling good about what I'm doing, whether it's that great. I
Uh-huh.
mean, it's like, wow, Heather, how can you listen to this? But you just take it in stride, and you're so helpful and kind. It's just perfect for me.
Thanks, Jan. Yeah, I'm really glad that the video exchange works out for you as well in that way. And you know your learning style, you know you, and you know how you're going to work. That's a really good starting point. Is just the awareness of your personal educational style and making it work for you. Like you said, getting the most progress in the least amount of time, because you want to progress as quickly as possible. So the video exchange is for people who are watching how it works. It's a video, and then I make a response and submit it back to her. There's also a library for everyone to watch videos if they would wish. Have you done that? Have you gone in and watched other videos?
Yes, I have, and it's very helpful. Anything online that you interact with other people that I'm able to watch is helpful, because I learn so much from
Mm-hmm.
what they're asking and what they're doing and what you're teaching. I mean, it's just really helpful to watch. I just like to watch people play anyway, but when they're asking questions and you're responding, I'm like, oh, I could do that, or that would help me, that's
Yeah.
always a plus. So yes, I have watched a lot of those, and it is very.
Yeah, that's great to know how beneficial the group classes are. Having these videos for people to watch later on down the road, like what we have in Gorgeous Tone Academy. That when I first started doing those group workshops, I was just amazed at how beneficial it is for all violinists that participate in that.
Yes.
Because it adds another beneficial layer of education to the violin journey, and actually speeds up, I think, and maybe I'd like to get your opinion on it as well. I think it speeds up the process, because you can learn from other people and their questions, and maybe it's something that would pertain to you and your violin journey.
Yes, exactly. It's a constant learning process.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see an end in sight. As long as I feel like I'm progressing and making progress,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm happy, and I will keep playing. But seeing and listening to other people and their questions and the things that they're dealing with is usually something I'm dealing with as well, or
Mm-hmm.
something I can make better.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it's a big help, just because sometimes you're not even thinking about that, and they're like, oh yeah, that would work for me, or I should try that. Yeah, very helpful.
So one final question for you. I wanted to ask you your biggest takeaway from Gorgeous Tone Academy.
Okay, so that was like a huge undertaking for me, because I think I've been playing about a year or less, probably less than a year, and I was so new and knew so little. So it was like kind of overwhelming at first, because there was so much. But with being able to go back and rewatch, anything on there, and the same with the video exchange, I can go back and rewatch, which is so helpful, because you're constantly progressing. constantly learning, constantly absorbing. And so that was perfect. So the Gorgeous Tone Academy, I can go back and watch anything that I'm struggling with.
Mhm.
And it is, so helpful that way. But the biggest takeaway would be the fundamentals, the bow hold, the violin hold, just the basic bowing, all of the basics, which, create the gorgeous tone for me. If I can keep my bow straight, if I can hold my violin correctly, have good posture, I find just those little things make the biggest difference.
Mhm.
So for me, it was the basics because there was so much there. And I wanted to do spiccato, but I wasn't ready for that.
Mhm.
I just barely kind of think I'm starting to get that. But, there's so much there, but you have to start with the basics in order to get the harder things. And so that helped me the most, just focusing on
Mhm.
those things that I need to be most aware of.
It's like an onion, and every time there's that layer. One time you go through, you have one layer, then when you go through it again, you have another layer. And same with it, like the video trainings, and video exchange or the lessons, you may absorb what you need to absorb at the time, but there's always more to absorb later on when you're ready for it.
Exactly. And I found sometimes I have to go backwards to go forward. And
Mhm.
so I go back to the very, very, very basics in order to, continue to progress.
The progression will happen faster when the fundamentals are completely covered. At the same time, you went through your Gorgeous Tone Academy and you return as an alumni and have access to the group classes. She gets, information that helps her in her violin journey. And so it's very much a multi-level program. And when I created it, I honestly had no idea that it works on, on so many levels for so many violinists. So that was something that was really beautiful at the end for me to see how that actually came about. And the fact that there's actually no notes, no music, nothing, as far as, the 6 modules that are within that. So it's just really focusing in on playing without even any music.
And I think, we all need to do that because that's where our focus needs to be, at least for me. I don't know about for people that have played for years, but
Mhm.
because sometimes I get sidetracked by trying to play a piece that is, probably beyond my abilities, but I want to play it. And I get so focused on that I'm not doing the fundamentals and the basics. And when I do that, I progress quicker.
Well, Jann, thank you so much for your time. And
Thank you.
Uh, and congratulations for being the first violinist of the month here at Online Violin Studios. That's really exciting for me as well to present you in this framework.
Just to say it's such an honor, and I just admire you so much, and your talent and your passion and your willingness to share what you know with us to help us be better and to progress quicker. I thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Jann. It's my pleasure.
Well, you are amazing. So.
And you are too, Jann. I think it's just beautiful that we have the internet to allow us to connect and to work together as we do. I think that's just, the blessing of this day and age, for sure.
Yes, it is.
So thanks everyone for watching this interview. If you have any questions for us, you can go ahead and put them in the comments below. We'll be sure to get back to you. And if you are another violinist within the studio, you'll be seeing Jann in the group workshops. So thanks so much, Jann. And we'll both say goodbye here for the video. Everybody take care and have a great winter and holidays.